Over summer, the outer wall of the ovary develops into the fleshy white part of the apple. The inner wall of the ovary becomes the apple core around the seeds. The apples grow larger and gradually change color, while the tree produces new growth. Like these long summer days, the time before the coming gallery exhibition grows shorter and shorter for our expectant twins while they sketch ideas for the show's centerpiece. A room built solely from mirrors, wherein no sound can permeate. All those who enter this room will be faced with the clearest, most intimate reflection of themselves, not only in sight, but in sound too. Then, due to the nature of this room, those possessing the patience will ultimately be faced with the reflection of their own thoughts, both conscious and subconscious, and they will hear nothing but the theme from the white, white day. Meanwhile, Proust lulls in the remembrance of his estranged spouse, her gap-year-esque roamings of the Atacama Desert, still buzzing from those dizzying pearls of French cheese and hot Peruvian sand. Lights a candle and puts it on the table. She sees her son, just 11 or 12. He is alone in a hall of mirrors, but naked and laureled in cactus of politicians alike. Stood before the beast of black coffee, San Pedro Cafe, movement reprised. Or was it just hallucinations? A melody lusted in the greens of her eyes. It's hard to say. When your brain is on fire, but just like the candle, it is a light
and will soon expire.
Running low on ideas and feeling the pressure of the coming show, Judy and Jack decide to unwind and seek inspiration at the White Hart. Based atop the great plateau that encircles the town, the White Hart runs the full length of this mountain range, making it both an unusually large and unusually donut-shaped venue. With a house band and clientele consisting primarily of ancient Hellenic deities and Delphic prophets, it is often a wise choice for one seeking a decent pint and some friendly advice.
So I'm going in the room now.
Judy and Jack arrive to a typical Wednesday evening. A fine mist of oracular chit-chat, supposedly more potent than the booze behind the bar, sits comfortably in the air. The band, having recently arrived, unpack and diligently set up their equipment at the back, whilst Proust is sat near the bar discussing his latest literary project to a seemingly disinterested man in a winged hat. Noticing the necessity of an intervention, the twins swiftly navigate their way through the crowd to join their honorary father at the bar.
What? It's nothing to do with Ulysses. Let go of Ulysses. What episode would you like to look at? Right. Well, I will offer, right? Steve, do you know Benedict Anderson, Imagine Communities? No, right.
As you come into the room, you know it's brightly lit. It's just designed to heighten your senses. Greeted by a sense of smell or aromas, and in short, called the White Room, for reasons. We have 4 pods here, they're all different.
Moving on to literature now. Question 33. Which biblical characters are also the main characters in Milton's Paradise Lost?
Oh no, that's one of the flags.
Which biblical characters are also the main characters in Milton's Paradise
Have a go, stand proud, sláinte, we say it's Irish word for cheers, sláinte. Generous mouthful, pull the beer through the head. So, what we're going to see when we pick up maybe a little bit of sweetness at the front. Initially, when that hits your tongue, a little bit of sweetness, possible. But more on the sides here. A bit of coffee.
At the time, he was with this girl. I was with my girlfriend. And we both decided that we'd lose virginity on the same night. So, this shows us her. So, like you, Harvey, I'm a romantic cunt, right? So, I stick on Marvin Gaye on the stars. And I get a whole stick of incense. And I like that. And you know those big fucking bags of tea-bags, probably called tea-bags. Yeah, so you know like the 100 pack of tea-bags. Yeah. Lit all day. Sinead goes into the bathroom because it's an ensuite. And she goes and gets into her whatever. Right? I'm there on the bed, naked, blanket on, because I thought, I didn't know.
So that's about it. Otherwise, in the room here, the bell here came from ship, one of the ships you see down below. It only said in Liverpool or in Dublin. It was a bulk carrier of beer. They don't make the ships anymore. It's an oil tanker. They ring the bell there anyway. Beautiful, that's all. I ring the bell. You ring as well. Just a couple of Come on, get one more.
Go to the art show, look at the pictures we won't remember. The weather was hot, but the mood was cold, or so it seemed. But it is difficult to say. Still lots of people we won't remember. The mood was cold, or so it seemed. But it is difficult to say, or at least that's how it felt at the time. But it is difficult to say. Still lots of people who are alone. Have a glass of water and fall asleep, and fall asleep. Flowers fall in winter. Maybe it is better if we don't remember. Used to think the cure here was bread and wine, was bread and wine. I lost my taste for it since I read the diary of a city priest.
I guess this has left us with a rather bleak outlook, as although these analyses have taken place within the fictional world of Solaris, and the proposed notions of simulacrum and hyperreality are not contained solely within the context of science fiction. And although Solaris provides a clear exemplification of the relation between the process of semiosis and the establishing of the hyperreal, this relation, as demonstrated by the analysis of Pieter Bruegel's Hunters in the Snow, is not one that exists solely in Lem's narrative. These are truths that have come to be prominent factors in our own everyday interaction and experiences of the world around us, and as Frederick Jameson says, a world with unreality and a free-floating absence of the referent. Not for a minute do I propose that this essay can offer a solution to this problem, a remedy for the ailment of nihilistic acceptance of a world where the line between reality and hyperreality is as ambiguous as the meaning of Herzog's Dancing Chicken, where originality is in many ways the greatest pastiche, and our own selves are fractured into an endless series of simulations, some of which no longer bear any resemblance to their original. Whilst this essay both could not and should not provide universally true answers to these conundrums, it does not seem to me appropriate to leave this on such a note of pessimistic melodrama. In the White Hart, of all places, Proust was particularly surprised to run into his stepson, David. Despite their relationship being tenuous at best, they spoke eagerly and with a warmth that conveyed an easy, untroubled past. His stepson was talking in detail about his escapades in the city. The birds were throwing themselves into the earth, invading the homeowner's privacy and compromising the foundations. They knew it was time to go back in. They knew it was time to go back in. But David clearly had not got the message. He was just spreading his wings, and call it intuition or ignorance, he was gonna learn how to fly. Overhearing this conversation, Judy and Jack found a clarity of mind they had not yet experienced. On this hot summer night, stationed high in the mountain air, surrounded by the tentacles of the old ones and with the reddish glow of autumn on the horizon, they knew that, like the birds, it was time to go back in. But as the American jack pine depends on forest fires to flourish, the earth to which they would return must first be cleared and fertilized. Surely, for any great act of creation, there must first be a violent act of destruction. Having acquired this spark of inspiration and enjoying what could only be considered a successful evening, the twins stepped out of the White Hart and, unwittingly, into the cold light of day. reflect on times gone by. David was enjoying his new life, he couldn't help but feel he'd forgotten something.